Man, this is weird. You ever realize Captain Crunch's eyebrows are actually on his hat?
That's what's weird? Joey, the man's been captain of a cereal for the last 40 years.
Oh, look. What? The spoon.
You licked and you put? You licked and you put?
Yeah, so?
Well, don't you see how gross that is? I mean, that's like you using my toothbrush. You used my toothbrush.
Oh, that was only because I used the red one to unclog the drain.
Mine is the red one. Oh, God. Can open, worms everywhere.
Hey, why can't we use the same toothbrush, but we can use the same soap?
Because soap is soap. It's self-cleaning.
All right, well, next time you take a shower, think about the last thing I wash and the first thing you wash. Man, this is weird. Man, this is weird. Man, this is weird. You ever realize Captain Crunch's eyebrows are actually on his hat?
Eyebrows, the strip of hair above your eyes. Be careful not to confuse eyebrows with eyelashes, as many learners do. Captain Crunch is the name and character of a famous breakfast cereal in the United States. As you can see in the picture below, Joey is right about the fact that Captain Crunch's eyebrows are on his hat.
That's what's weird? Joey, the man's been captain of a cereal for the last 40 years. For the last 40 years. For the last 40 years.
Oh, look.
You licked and you put?
To lick something. The act of passing the tongue over something. It's what Joey just did with the spoon as a replacement to washing it with water and detergent. Right thereafter, Chandler says, "You lick and you put," which, although it sounds quite comical, is not correct English. By put, he actually means put away, which is a phrasal verb that means to orderly put something back in its original place. To be correct, he also needed to use an object. So you lick it and you put it away, or you lick the spoon and you put it away. So this is a good example of how natives are often flexible with the grammatical use of the language. Example, she told her kids to put the toys away once they are done playing.
You licked and you put?
Yeah, so?
So, saying so with a rising intonation, that is, as if asking a question, is used to tell someone that something does not matter. So what is a common alternative with the same meaning. We use this only in informal conversation. Here's an example of how we might use so in a conversation. She might tell someone, "So, no one will believe her."
Well, don't you see how gross that is? Well, don't you see how gross that is? Well, don't you see how gross that is? I mean, that's like you using my toothbrush.
Gross. We say that something is gross when we find something disgusting or unpleasant. For example, you could say picking something off the floor and putting it in your mouth is gross. Gross is an adjective that we can express as an action by using the phrasal verb gross out. Example, his dirty fingernails really gross me out. Toothbrush, the type of brush that you use for cleaning your teeth.
You used my toothbrush.
Oh, that was only because I used the red one to unclog the drain.
Unclog the drain. To clog something is to create a blockage that obstructs the passing of water through a pipe. To unclog is to remove such blockage to allow water or another fluid to flow freely. If your sink is clogged, then you need to call a plumber to unclog it. A drain is a channel of pipes that carry off liquid waste. When trying to unclog a drain, using a plunger is not just more hygienic than using a toothbrush, but also more effective.
Can open, worms everywhere.
Can open, worms everywhere. This is a funny yet unconventional way in which Chandler describes the situation using the idiom to open a can of worms. It is unconventional because we never say it like that. We commonly say, for example, "I don't want to open that can of worms." This expression usually has a negative meaning. That is, by attempting to solve a problem, you accidentally complicate the situation even more by exposing the truth and causing more trouble. Example: giving my secretary a small raise opened a can of worms at the firm because everyone found out about it, and now they want the same salary increase.
Hey, why can't we use the same toothbrush, but we can use the same soap?
Soap, a substance used for washing the body. Be careful not to confuse its pronunciation with soup. One is soap, and the other is soup.